Oh, Jack, it's such wonderful news. Ridge and Taylor staying together. I'm so glad.
Great.
Isn't that good news, CJ? Do you know what? I predict that you are going to have 2 brand new cousins to play with. Hmm?
Hey, how about 3 or 4?
3 or 4? Why not? Excuse me. Keith.
Hello, Miss Spectra. I need to talk to you.
What's all this here?
Oh, just a little something I threw together.
My, don't you have a lot of energy?
More than you can fathom.
I don't know. I can fathom quite a bit.
We'll see. What a difference a couple of sentences can make.
Pretty amazing, isn't it?
When you walked that door earlier, I was at the lowest ebb of my entire life, and that is no exaggeration. Now I can't begin to describe to you what I'm feeling.
Well, you don't really have to.
Good. Because I am a very happy person.
No kidding.
How does it feel to have that kind of power over me?
Well, I'd say it's pretty awesome.
I would do anything for you.
Yeah?
Anything.
Anything at all.
You name it, and you've got it.
Let's say... pizza.
It's in the oven. Stephanie.
Is this a bad time?
Yes.
Oh. Oh, well, it's going to get worse. A whole lot worse.
What?
You know something? This is the last conversation that you and I are ever going to have because finally, I have you exactly where I want you.
Stephanie, please, I'm really in no condition for this.
No, you know what? We're not going to have a fight. No, no. This is going to be a life lesson for you. Although I'm not sure that you're smart enough to get what it is.
What happened to that milk of human kindness, Stephanie? Was that just an act you were putting on?
Diplomacy. Necessitated by the type of person that you are. A woman with no scruples and no morals. A woman that would take anything that she wanted, whether it belonged to her or not.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about this.
What? What, the contract I signed?
Yes. You don't have any idea what it's about, do you? Why don't you take a seat? And while you're on the way to the sofa, why don't you close that glass sliding door?
Why?
Because when you understand what you've signed away, I think you might want to walk out on that balcony and take a nice, long leap.
Hi, Keith. How you doing?
How are you, Mr. Hamilton?
Keith tells me he has something he wants to talk to us about.
Well, there's no easy way to say this.
What is it, Keith? Something about Macy?
Your daughter has been hiding something, Miss Spectra.
Hiding something?
Yeah, and I'm really worried about her.
Well, what is it? What has she been hiding?
Her drinking. Your daughter has a serious problem with alcohol.
Stephanie, this really isn't a very good day for me. You know, this might be the worst day of my life, and I'm not going to listen to this.
Ridge was just here, wasn't he?
So what?
Well, he came over here to tell you that it's all over, didn't he?
I'm not going to stand here and let you berate me like this.
I'm not going to berate you.
No, but you're taking pleasure in my pain, and that's even worse.
No, I'm not taking pleasure in your pain. I'm feeling your pain. The pain that you've inflicted on me for the past 6 years. Me and my husband and my son.
Stephanie, your misery is not my fault.
Oh, yes, it is. Would you take one good, decent look at what you've done? One clear look? You destroyed my marriage, Brooke. And then you went and destroyed your own marriage to Eric. And if you could have gotten away with it tonight, you would have destroyed Ridge and Taylor's. You have violated 3 marriages. You're going to get exactly what you deserve. Do you realize that? Exactly what you deserve.
Well, I didn't deserve to lose Ridge.
How can you lose something that you never really had in the first place? You didn't mean anything to him. You were a little trinket, a little sex toy. You've lost something much more important. Much more important. This is the sweetest victory.
What is it about that contract, Stephanie? I mean, you act like I signed away my firstborn.
Almost, but not quite. Well, let's see. What did you sign away? Perhaps hundreds of millions of dollars and control over my life. That's what you signed away when you signed this.
That's good.
The cheese?
Yeah.
Still have a half a pizza to go. I think I'm getting full.
You want to work up an appetite?
You mean like, take a walk?
No.
Maybe a jog?
How about we dance? Without any clothes on.
No, Keith, you're mistaken. Macy's not drinking. She stopped drinking months ago.
Miss Spectra, I know this is hard for you to accept, but I'm positive Macy's been drinking.
You mean she started again?
She never stopped.
Never stopped.
How can you be so certain, Keith?
I'm with her every night at the bikini. Look, we have got to help her.
Right. Well, I just wonder how much this has to do with Thorne Forrester.
Well, I wouldn't blame Thorne. If anything, he's a positive.
Positive.
Right now, we shouldn't be putting guilt anywhere. We should be concentrating on helping Macy.
You're right, Jack, darling. You're right. But how do we do it? I mean, I don't know what to do. Do we call a doctor? Do we check her into one of those rehabilitation clinics?
Would she agree to go?
Now, I can tell you right now, you won't get Macy into a clinic.
Well, why not?
Well, because she won't even admit she has a problem. She's still in the denial stage.
Well, Keith, we've got to do something. We can't just stand by and watch that girl ruin her life.
You're right. And the first thing we have to do is to get her to admit that she has a problem. Now, that's the first step.
Oh, all right. How do we do that?
Do you know anything about alcoholism?
Well, I've been doing some research, and I'm going to be doing a lot more. Now, Miss Spectra, I would like to ask you for a favor.
Well, what is it? What favor?
I would like for you to give me a chance to help your daughter and to do it my way.
Oh, Keith. Look, I know you mean well, and I'm very, very grateful, but this is serious. I think we need some professional help. I mean, don't you agree? Jack, darling, we got to make some calls. Would you get the telephone directory,
A professional
please?
cannot help Macy if she isn't willing to be helped. And she isn't, Miss Spectra. She won't go along with it.
Sally, he's got a good point.
Listen to me, please. Now, Macy and I are friends. There's a trust between us, and that's very important. You see, I've been doing some research, some reading, and talking to counselors, and, well, I've got an idea of what's involved. And I believe with time, I can do it, Miss Spectra. I can help your daughter if you'll give me this chance. Just one chance. Let me help her. Let me help Macy.
I gave away something worth hundreds of millions of dollars. I mean, is this some kind of sick joke of yours, Stephanie?
No. Actually, it's a cause of jubilation. The Forrester family is going to celebrate the signing of this contract.
Why?
Why? Because when you signed it, you gave away any personal control over belief.
Well, belief wasn't mine to begin with. I just developed it for Forrester.
Yes, you did indeed, didn't you?
So what are you talking about?
Why do you think Ridge came over here and brought this tonight?
He said it had to be signed.
But why tonight of all nights?
I don't know, Stephanie. It really wasn't important to me.
It wasn't important? That's so typical of you. Of the way you live your life, you just never realize what is important to you, do you?
What are you getting at, Stephanie?
Have you ever signed a contract like this?
No.
Never? You're sure?
Yes, I'm sure I would remember if I did. So what's the point?
Well, the lawyers told us because you didn't sign a contract like this, you weren't employed by Forrester Creations when you made the breakthrough on the belief formula. You weren't under contract. And so the hundreds of millions of dollars that possibly can be made, the control over Forrester Creations, the control over all of our lives, it could have been yours. But not now. Oh, please, take it and put it away someplace safe. Because we have our copy that's signed, sealed, and delivered, and we have put it away someplace safe. You've really blown a big opportunity. You were so intent on taking Ridge away from Taylor that you have blown the biggest opportunity of your life. And irony of all ironies, the man that got you to sign the contract is the man that you thought was so in love with you, the man that you have waited and wanted for all these years, Ridge. Well, all is said and done now, isn't it? And blood turned out to be thicker than water. His loyalty was to us and not to you.
Dinner and dancing. This is my kind of evening.
pizza? I didn't think so.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Forrester.
For what?
Hanging in there?
I had no choice.
Sure you did.
No. No, Rich. I'm committed for life. Long haul, remember?
Are those birth control pills of yours?
In the bathroom.
Let's go in there and flush them. And then let's do something creative. Let's go work on our first child.
Rich.
Just imagine. It could have all been yours. You could have actually controlled belief. And Forrester Creations, you could have controlled us. It could have all been yours.
Belief wasn't mine to begin with. I never owned it. Why wouldn't Rich come to me about this?
Because he knows you better than any of us, doesn't he? He knows exactly how conniving and opportunistic you really are.
No, Stephanie. Ridge trusts me. He knew I would never claim belief as my own.
Oh, of course. And if he told you that he loved you, would you sign away your children if he asked you? What if he told you he was going to stay with Taylor and not you?
Well, that's what he did.
Yes, it is what he did, isn't it? But he got you to sign that contract first, didn't he, before he told you he was going to stay with Taylor? Why? Because he doesn't trust you. How could he possibly trust you? When for 6 years, all you've done is walk all over us. Me, his father, his wife. What kind of a man did you really think that you were dealing with? Somebody like you? Someone with your standards, your lack of morals? No. My son is a very fine person, and he's married to a very fine woman. Did you really, really think that he would leave her for you?
Get out, Stephanie.
No.
I want you to leave right now.
No, not yet, because I want you to understand something very, very clearly. He got you to sign that contract first. There's a message there. A real message for you. There isn't anything for you here. There isn't anything left for you. You don't have belief, you don't have Ridge. We have finally purged you from our lives. I don't want you to ever come near my home. I don't want you near my family. I don't want you near Forrester Creations, do you understand? We're through with you. Everyone is through with you. This time, it's finally over.